Welcome dear students in the 8th standard maths class. In the previous video we have completed 12th chapter. Now in this video we will start the 13th chapter, congruence of triangles. So we will see the revision. Write answers to the following questions referring to the adjacent figure. So see the adjacent figure. This is the figure of triangle. Tri means 3. The close figure which has the 3 angles, that is called as a triangle. So here angle D, angle E and angle F are the 3 angles. They are also known as the vertices. Each triangle has the 3 angles and 3 sides. So here segment DE, segment EF and segment FD are the 3 sides. They are also known as edges. So each triangle has the 6 components. 3 are the angles and 3 are the sides. See the first question. Which is the angle opposite to the side DE? See the side DE, opposite. Opposite angle is angle F. This is the symbol of angle. Angle F. It is opposite to the side DE. Question. Which is the side opposite to angle E? See the angle is here and opposite is a side DF. So side DF. Next third question is which angle is included by side DE and side DF? So which vertex is common here? Yes, D. So angle D. This is the symbol for angle. Included means among that. Which side is included by angle E and angle F? So see, in between that one side is given. So side EF is included by angle E and angle F. Now state the angles adjacent to side DE. See, this is the side DE and adjacent angles means one of the arm of that angle. So DEF, angle DEF is one of the adjacent angle and EDF, angle EDF is another angle which is adjacent to side DE. Very simple. Now see the some points. The figure which exactly coincide with each other are called congruent figure. See, one line is given here AB. Suppose it is of 3 cm. Now I draw the second line PQ. The length of line PQ is also 3 cm. So both the lines are coincide with each other. They are called as congruent lines. Okay. Now the segment of equal length are congruent. See here. The angles of equal measures are congruent. Yes. If the angle is of 40 degree and another angle is of also 40 degree, doesn't matter the length of arc. So these two angles are congruent to each other. Understood? See the next point is congruence of triangle. So see the one example is given here, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Each triangle has the 6 components, 3 sides and 3 angles. So when the 3 sides and 3 angles of one triangle is coincide means exactly equal with the 3 sides and 3 angles of another triangle, then we said that these two triangles are congruent to each other. See, Now see the example. Here I am taking the triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Now see, if I put the point B on the point P, point C on the point Q and point A on the R. So they are not match with the another triangle, correct? Means triangle ABC is not match with the triangle PQR. They are not coincide with each other. It means the vertices must be matched in a specific way. See, now I put the point A on the point P, point B on the point Q and point C on the point R. Now see, they are exactly coincide with each other. They are exactly match with each other. Means the vertices of the triangles are matched in a specific way. This is called as a one-to-one correspondence. And how to write this? See, here A is matched with point P. Point A is matched with point P. Means A corresponds to P. C is corresponds to R and B is corresponds to Q. Understood? Means two triangles are congruent to each other in the correspondence with specific way. Correct? So here A corresponds to P. Point A or vertex A corresponds to vertex P, means it congruence with P. B is congruence with Q and C is congruent with R. These are the identical marks to show the congruence of triangle. Now see the sides. Side AB is congruent with side PQ. Side AC is congruent with side PR and side BC is congruent with side QR. These are the identical marks. These identical marks show that the length of these sides are same. Understood? And when the two triangles are congruent, then we got the 6 pairs of congruences. Means 3 pairs of angles and 3 pairs of sides. And it is shown by a specific symbol. So here triangle PQR is congruent with triangle ABC. Correct? To show that a pair of triangles is congruent, it is not necessary to show that all 6 corresponding parts of the two triangles are congruent. If 3 specific parts of one triangle are respectively congruent with the 3 corresponding parts of other, then the remaining 3 corresponding parts are also congruent with each other. Means out of 6 we have to show the any 3 parts of triangle congruent. It means the specific 3 parts certain the test of congruence. So in our textbook there are 5 tests are given. So first test is 2 sides and the included angle. 2 sides, SAS, side angle side test. See here the one example is given, triangle ABC and triangle LMN. Here the some identical marks are given, means here the side AB is congruent with side LM. Side BC is congruent with side MN and angle B is congruent with angle M. So when the 2 sides and included angle of one triangle is congruent with 2 sides and included angle of another triangle, then we said that these 2 triangles are congruent with each other by SAS, side angle side test. So remaining components also congruent to each other. See the second test, three corresponding sides. S, 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 triple S means side, side, side test. So see, the one example is given here. Triangle PQR and triangle XYZ. So here length of PQ is same with the length of XY. Length of QR is congruent with the length of YZ, and the length of RP is congruent with length of ZX. Means when all three sides of one triangle is congruent with all three sides of another triangle, then we said that these two triangles are congruent to each other by SSS test. Now see the third example, third test here. Two angles and their included side. Angle, side, angle. ASA test. Angle, side, angle. This is the included side of these two angles. So here triangle XYZ and triangle DEF is given. Here some identical marks are given. So here angle X congruent with angle D, side XZ congruent with side DF, and angle Z congruent with angle F. So we said that both the triangles are congruent to each other by ASA test. Angle, side, angle test. Similarly, the fourth test is AAS or SAA, means side angle angle or angle angle side test. So when, see the example here, suppose this is the triangle ABC and this is triangle PQR. So here side AB is congruent with side PQ. Angle B is congruent with angle Q. Angle C is congruent with angle R. SAA. So when one side is congruent with the side of another triangle and two angles of one triangle is congruent with the two angles of another triangle, then we said that these two triangles are congruent by SAA or AAS test. AAS or SAA. Okay. Now see the next test is hypotenuse side test for right angle triangle. We know that hypotenuse is related with the right angle. Opposite side of the right angle is called hypotenuse. So here hypotenuse AC is congruent with the hypotenuse LN. Correct? And any one of the side. Here the side AB is congruent with side LM. And we know that right angle triangle is of one triangle is 90 degrees. So angle B is congruent with angle M. So here three components are congruent. So these two triangles are congruent with each other by hypotenuse side test. All the explanation part is over here. I will stop now. Thank you.